Y'all come in now. It's free pie night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've all come a long way to be here tonight, and we say welcome. Welcome to the Dark Carnival's very extraordinarily special presentation. You have been personally selected to witness this once-in-a-lifetime, breathtaking, bomb-assing event. Live and in person, right here, right now, without further ado, please welcome the dynamic and explosive Dark Carnival superstar attraction himself. This is
Y'all come in now. It's free pie night.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, big live and in charge right now. This is Free Pie Night. Now, if you've missed it, you said, I have not heard Free Pie Night in a long time. Well, great, because we're back. We're doing a whole new format. We're doing it all video, and I'm kind of in the messy studios right now because everything's getting chunked in here. But we'll get that cleaned up. Anyway, so we've got a great amount of guests coming up for you over these several months of doing these shows. As always, we're going to give you nothing but hard-hitting shows and some fun stuff too. But if we do it, we got to do it right. And we're going to kick it off with a band tonight that you're going to be thrilled to hear anything about, because they have gone from Nashville to the best state of them all, Texas, of course, where we reside. And so let's bring them in right now. This is going to be Mr. Jeff Burns.
How are y'all?
And other members of the band right now, Carrie and Josh.
Howdy.
Hi.
So the band we're talking about today is the Jeff Burns Band. And you started in Tennessee, from what I understand. Is that correct?
No, we actually started in Texas, but I went to Tennessee in 2007. I realized in a hurry that Tennessee is not for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who tell me the same thing. I have to ask the number one question, focusing on you for the moment on this, is what about Tennessee just kind of really turned you off? Now, I know there might be some things that you say, I'm not going to talk about that. That's okay. But I mean, as far as tons of other artists who want to go there, they think that's where they have to go for their music. No,
they don't. They can stay at home whatever city or state they're in. They can do it all there. Right. You don't have to go to Nashville. Nashville, it's so much politics. It's not even funny. And there's so many people out there that think that, I mean, I was given a ton of business cards of people that didn't even exist. Why would you do that?
Right. True. So, I didn't even know that would happen over there. I mean, I know we come here to, Texas. They have South by Southwest, and, you get artists over there and somebody hands you a card, they're the real deal.
Yes,
I mean, if you go over there, one of the coolest weeks that I was over there, they had Dan Aykroyd walking around. And a lot of people don't realize he still does music.
Right. And
so
the Texas South by Southwest is one of the biggest music, movie, entertainment festivals in the world.
Yes. Now, have you performed at South by Southwest?
No, not yet. We have put in for it a couple of years ago, but we didn't get picked. And
I'm sure 2020 hasn't made it any easier, because I know they had to shut it down this last year.
Well, I also have a side job that keeps me gone a lot of the summer. So,
right. Yeah, well, that one I can't wait to talk about. Now, I've got to ask this one question. Now, I'm a music fanatic, so I love all the different, musical instruments and so forth. So I came across this image of your guitar. I so badly want to say, oh, really? There we go. Well, forgive the strobing at the bottom. Why is it doing that?
It's okay.
Yeah, but there it is. The red, white, and blue guitar, man. You got to explain this guitar, because there's tons of people who talk about having the perfect guitar. And Carrie and I got to meet one guy from another band who used to walk around with a hot pink electric guitar. Do you remember that one, Carrie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a story behind that one?
Well, kind of. After coming back from Nashville, being out there for a couple of years, I thought, if I'm going to be back in Texas and Texas country, we're going to do this right. So everything about me is going to be Texas.
Right.
When I was in Tennessee, they wanted me to lose the cowboy hat. They wanted me to wear skinny jeans. This brother ain't doing that. So it's more or less saying, hey, I'm back home. Look at me now. I'm in Texas.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way I say it. Now, I know when we talk to the rock artists, they call their guitar an axe. Is there anything specific they call it in the country field?
Not really, just my guitar.
Yeah, because I was going to say, let's see, I could talk. Well, I can't quite say that. The lead guitarist for the Kentucky Headhunters.
I know him very well, Bobby Randall.
No. Greg. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up his name. I remember. I can think of his name up the top, usually like this, and I totally
Bobby has been gone.
No, I think he's still with them, but Greg Martin. That's it, Greg Martin. He's their lead guitarist, but he is also lead guitarist for Rufus Huff and the Mighty Jeremiahs. So he gets around. But him and I talked about guitars once too, and he didn't call it an axe. He didn't call it any of that. He said his, I think, he's going to kill me if I say it wrong. I think he calls it his Fender.
His Fender?
Yeah.
Or his Strat.
There it is. That's it. Strat. That's it. Yeah. So they actually call it by their brand. Now, a few other artists that I've learned over the years, they like to call them a name, a girl's name. Like we know B.B. King's favorite was Lucille. Yes. Yeah. So, I have to ask though. I mean, because here's this amazing flag on the, of course, Texas. We got to say amazing. And on this guitar, and I'm just like, I know there's got to be a story behind it.
Just want to make damn sure, excuse me for that, but they need to know that I'm a Texas boy. There's not Tennessee written anywhere here.
Nope.
And I'm always going to be from Texas. I came back home to start over, and I'm showing them that I can make it without them.
Yeah, and you guys are doing that. You guys are in practice, at least once or twice a week now?
Yes, sir.
Do you have
hours?
Yeah, and if we're going to talk about them, you know what? It would help if I put that out there too. Yeah, we're going to talk about them, but there's the YouTube videos that on there. There's actually one of the jam sessions, and I saw this very familiar face on there. He's kind of like tucked in right there. Sorry, over there.
That brother man is exhausted.
He's like, oh God, I'm on camera. But I didn't know all these years you played drums.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been playing drums?
I started when I was 5 years old.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
For the life of me, I always thought you to be a guitar player. I never pictured you as a drummer.
I've had too many hand injuries that I can't get my fingers to cooperate.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I tried to play guitar and I just can't grab the neck to get the fingers right.
You have to excuse Josh. He's like the huge center of attention. He's got to be out there in front of everybody. So just excuse him.
Okay.
Yeah. It does something to your hands when you have glass come through your hand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they do the what is it? The steel guitar now, so you can just sit there and you don't have to put your fingers around the neck anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, really? Come on.
Steel drums too.
That's true. Yeah. But see, now, is this the truth that people don't go for the main singer? They go for the drummer now?
That's news to me.
He's like, Jeff's like, yes.
It's band.
I did.
part of the band? Yes. Oh, follow me.
Yeah. Now that's the number one thing everybody has to know. Are you? And now, wait a second. How many members are in this band? We got a whole orchestra back there.
We're working on it.
Well, how many members do you guys have in the 6? Okay, because I was going to say in one of the videos, let's see, I couldn't make quite count of 6 or 7 out of that, because one of the videos somebody cuts a couple of heads off while panning. Right. I won't mention names, Carrie.
It happens.
Right.
And that was and for that song, that was the very first time we played that song live, like that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because going back to being live in music, this is really a hard area to transfer to, especially with the COVID situation and everybody having to shut their bars down, and now you can't be a bar and open unless you're also a restaurant, and like all the rules have really
everything's changed.
Yeah, and it's made it harder on all the artists that performed at clubs and so forth. Right. So how are you guys working with the booking process?
It's slow.
Yeah.
But, we're trying to work it out. I mean, it's mainly just get our music out there, and we're going to have to start, we've got a pretty good show coming up, but after that, we're going to have to go in some of these grill/bar places, and because of the bigger places, just not, they can't bring the people in.
No. Yeah, that's what it's looked like so far. I've talked with a couple of other artists, like pre-scheduling, and they've said the same thing. It's harder because there's no way to bring in the artist and then have the people to support that. So, one of the bars that Carrie was a part of during our breast cancer awareness event, I don't know if you remember that one, Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this bar did it, but they have food trucks on the outside, and that's enough to keep their doors open.
Right.
It's crazy, but I mean, and I can't imagine having to sing with a mask on. I need a breath. I need air.
I won't do it.
No, you couldn't. You physically couldn't. Well, I mean, technically you could, according to what they say, but I mean, physically, if anyone knows from the singing standpoint, it's harder to inhale and not.
And I would be very muffled.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially if you're wearing a Darth Vader mask to try to sing.
Yes.
So I know if we go to your Reverb Nation page and we talk about some of the music that's on there, I do see that you kind of done, I don't want to say cover music, but that's what most people would instantly go to on some of the music that's on there. But you actually have your own music as well.
Yes. I have maybe 3 covers on there, and the rest of it is all originals.
Yeah. And that's why I stress that, because if somebody goes there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, there's cover music." No.
And and I definitely put that on there with permission from the writer. So
right, yeah, and that's a great thing about in the country field too. I love this part is you tend to get to know all the different artists and the writers, and you guys intermingle enough to, wow. We really put him in the spotlight tonight.
This light has a mind of its own.
Uh-huh.
It's never come on since I've been there.
Huh?
I said it's never come on properly since I've been there.
Is it an LED?
Now it needs to work.
What kind of bulb is it?
Fluorescent.
Oh. Yeah, they do have minds of their own.
Oh.
Hey, the bars are better when they're darker.
I know.
Well, before we get into
His is not as better, that great when it's dark either.
No.
What? Seriously, it's kind of, you just grab your drink because you can't see me.
I would, but I'm on live, so I can't.
Hey, you notice it was water.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because if I picked up any other alcohol right now, it would be a nice big bottle. That's called my painkiller currently. Yeah.
Oh, it's my sleeping pill.
Oh, hey, yeah, that works too, especially when you're passing kidney stones. Mm.
Been there many times.
We're going to talk about a stone when we come back, but did you want to do a song for us tonight?
Sure, I can do that.
All right, I'm going to give you the floor and let you take it away.
Okay. Let's see. Which one should I do?
Now, that's a good question.
I'll do the very first single we ever released.
Okay.
Rolling down the blacktop, holding them white lines. I know it what's ahead, knowing well what's behind. Heartache in the mirror, hard life on my face. Could have been better, another time, another place. But it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Work it out somehow. It's too late. Stars on my left side, sunset on the right. What I'm looking for is so far out of sight. Tired of living both sides of that fence. I could turn this car around, but that wouldn't make much sense. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Think about that now. Oh, think about that now. It's too late. It's too late. It's too
Yeah, there we go. And you were singing Josh to sleep. I could see it.
No, I'm awake.
His eyes just ain't.
Yeah, there you
There they are. Look at that. Oh, ain't it cute?
go. Awesome. Now, of course, It's Too Late and many other songs that you have out are available for people to check out on Jeff Burns' site on Reverb Nation, which I do have scrolling. Man, I'm tongue-tied today. Anyway, it's scrolling across the bottom. We'll also have the YouTube page one coming up off and on too, so you guys can check out both. You got to check out both his YouTube and obviously the Reverb Nation. And Reverb Nation has actually been very good to all the artists lately, as far as helping them get their music in a location.
Right.
What do you prefer? Because I hear a lot of people also wanting CD Baby.
I prefer Reverb Nation. It's a lot
Right.
more user friendly, also for people that don't know much about a computer. So
Oh,
I can put my videos on there without having an issue. Same
Right.
thing with YouTube. It's not a problem because we've got a couple of videos out that.
yeah.
And putting music out there on Reverb Nation, a lot of people have been using it for years.
Yeah. Now, I usually we're still fighting with YouTube on this because we get permission from the artist to play their music and put their music up. Like if we're going to do videos, we get their permission to play that as well. So when we do that, the first thing I get is YouTube or Facebook saying, you can't do that. You're stealing their music. Hey, I'm not stealing their music. They're giving us permission. So, but I did bring up one, which is Finish What You Started, which is a good song. Actually, there's a couple of them that are really good in there that folks got to go check out. I don't want to spoil them. I think what I've learned with what we've been doing in this format over the years is allowing the acoustic version to come out. They get a different feel. They get a whole different ordeal, you know. Like,
well, that one was actually written by Bobby Randall from Confederate Railroad.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
When we opened for him a couple of times, and we became pretty good buddies, and he had some songs that he wanted to get out, and I said, and he let me listen to him. I was like, man, I want to record that. He goes, there you go, record it.
Right.
So there's 3 of them in our new album that's in the works that we'll be recording. Which, Finish What You Started, we got that one done quick. That one, and there was another one called You Gotta Burn. We got those done pretty quick to get them on the first album.
Now, I have to ask a question because I saw the cover of it, and it's Get Off the Tractor. Is there a story behind that one, or?
There is.
Okay.
Well, if you hear, I have a really deep accent. Most people would think. My old drummer, Renee, he's passed now. When I would sing certain songs, he would say, okay, Jeff, you're going to have to get off the tractor. Because, this song, it don't need that accent in there, but you're putting it in there. Well, I have no choice. It's the way I talk.
Right.
So he had to learn to live with it, but he would always tell me, come on, you're going to have to get off the tractor. So that's awesome. Where that came from.
And that's and I only saw it on on that song. Is that going to be like a cover album or cover for the album later on, or?
No, that was for my first album, the cover.
Oh, okay.
For the first one.
Okay. So, but and now I have to ask this question because I did have a hard time finding this, and Carrie sent me limited stuff. So,
I was supposed to be on my toes, and I didn't do it either. So.
Oh, that's okay. Because this makes for this question to be the perfect question. Is there a way that people can purchase your music right now?
Yes. Right now, you can go to Amazon.com. Right now, you can purchase it on almost any music streaming
service
out there. And we've got 3 or 4 songs that are really popular right now out there. One is Drunk in Here. Everybody, for some reason, loves that song. Finish What You Started is on there. And I've got a couple more. I just have to look. But a lot of the music from my first album now, I've got it on a free download from Reverb Nation.
Nice.
But I do have a lot of the newer songs that are pay songs that you have to purchase for the download. Right. But you can listen to a little clip of it.
Okay. Awesome. So make sure everyone that you guys that are listening, you take the chance to go and get Jeff's music. And hopefully before the show's over, we're going to convince him to say, yes, you can have all my music and play it on your station. Anyway, so I mentioned before we let you do the song that we were going to talk about rock. And we're not talking about musical rock. Let's talk about, as Carrie even put it, your pet rock.
My pet rock?
Yeah, what do you do in your summer that everybody actually could really learn a lot from?
I am a treasure hunter. I go to Florida for 5 months a year, 4 to 5 months a year, and we're pulling up a bunch of shipwrecks from 1715 off the coast of Florida.
Wow. Do you know, are they specific ships? Like, do you know their names of the ships yet, or
I do. I know a lot of them, but
you can't mention them?
no.
It hit me. It hit me halfway through sentence. You can't mention them.
Right.
Yeah, because of competition and potential. Yeah, and that's understandable because that is a pretty dangerous field.
It is. And there's a lot of our relics and stuff out there that are in museums.
Oh, really?
Yes, that we have brought up and recovered from the wrecks.
Yeah. Now, everybody probably sees tons of movies that has the doubloons or the nice little gold coins, but I know they're not the same thing.
No.
When you see people who do, well, I use Tomb Raider as one of them, because I know that's not the real deal either. But they show these little treasures. How does that affect you?
It really doesn't, because I know the difference. A movie, right, you're going to show sparkly silver, sparkly gold. Well, the gold, when we bring up the gold, it is very sparkly, yes. It's exactly the way it was when it went down. Maybe a little mud on there, a little dirt, but the silver is corroded, it's rusted, it's totally different than what you see in the movies.
Right.
And nothing, and there's no chests.
No?
No. The chests have been eaten away over the years.
See, I wanted that buried treasure.
It's very seldom that you'll find wood from the ship because it's been eaten away over the years. Everything is scattered for several miles.
Right. Yeah,
There's not one certain place that everything's sitting.
Yeah, most people don't consider the science of like the currents and other issues that might come along, tectonic plates and so forth that could make a shift or a change of where it actually should be. So, it's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody's really spent time down underneath to see what's down there to say, oh yeah, by the way. But there's this, what is this? There's a show on Netflix about these guys who are doing this treasure hunt on some island. And I think they're in their 8th season or something already.
Oh, you're talking about the Oak Island.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As don't you think by now somebody should have found that?
I think they should have found a lot more than they have. Now, yeah. I have talked to Gary Drayton, at the metal detection expert. He lives there where we're hunting, and he's actually found some of the treasure that we're working on now.
Oh, nice.
One of the things I did tell him was, I've been out here 3 days, and we found more than y'all found in 8 years. What's going on?
I have to know, what was his answer?
He just said, it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and that's all he could say.
It's kind of like the guys from Ghost Hunters. When I first talked to them, asked them why they changed their format over the years. And, because like first 2 seasons was the real deal. I mean, you were seeing the real stuff.
Right.
Then it started getting to the, oh my, did you hear that? What was that? The all the little, and I asked why they changed. And of course, entertainment. That was the only answer they could give you that made sense, was entertainment. So I can see the same thing because, hey, you got this show going on, you're going to make money off of it. Plus, so yeah.
And my question for them, when I do get a chance to talk to them, is y'all been on the air for, how much money are you going to spend
to dig?
And how much is this treasure going to be worth when you find it?
And that's a good question. That is a good question. Because some treasures aren't as lucrative as they would think it would be.
Right. And the treasures that we're looking for, I can tell you on a manifest how much it's worth, how much is there, how much is left. It's pretty much black and white. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. There is 3 days a week, literally, that we're doing research on these wrecks every week, 3 days nonstop. We have charts sitting up in the bar. We have programs on our computers. We go through Google Earth. We're looking at everything at the wreck sites.
Wow.
To see what's going to hold the treasure.
Right. How do you, I know we'll get back into the music in a moment, but I have to ask this question. How do you plan on, like extracting any of the treasures? Because I'm sure that at times, we know erosion and we know different things, different issues might come along the way that make it harder to remove it. So, I mean, what is the first process that you guys have to go through to kind of say, yeah, this is how we're going to do that. This is how we're going to remove that.
It just depends on what it is. I mean, if it's just coins, we'll just pick them up, put them in our gloves, carry them up, or put them in our bags and we'll carry them up. Now, cannons, we leave the cannons alone. Anchors, we leave the anchors alone because we use them for markers for where we are on the ship. So we don't mess with the cannons and the anchors. We know exactly where they're at.
Right. That's pretty cool.
The silver bars and gold bars, a lot of times, if it comes down to that, we hadn't found any yet. They're out there. There's a bunch out there.
Yeah.
And the silver bars are around 80 pounds each. We'll put them in a basket when we find them, and they'll bring them up with a basket.
I was talking with, for the life of me, I can't remember now. It was a gentleman. He's a Civil War time treasure hunter, so to say. And what he does is he actually follows tracks of different ships that were part of their fleets or whatever. He actually gave a term, and it's just not there at the moment. But he was mentioning that some of them, if they could actually find the wreckage and stuff, that the items that would be found in there would be quite valuable. Have you guys ever come across anything, Civil War era?
No, everything that we're working on now is from 1715.
Right. Yeah, that's still even better. It's Civil War.
There were 11 ships in the fleet, and they were overloaded with treasure. They actually took a lot of the ballast stones out of the ships to put treasure in there. So me having a ballast stone for this fleet is very rare.
Wow.
But they just overload them. They found, throughout the years, we found 6. There's 5 still missing. And there's a reason why they sailed when they did. They sank July 31st, 1715 in a Category 5 hurricane. But the Queen and King, Queen Elizabeth just married King Philip V. She would not consummate the marriage until her treasure got there. So he was in a hurry for his treasure to return back to Spain.
And yep. No, honey, really, the check is in the mail.
One ship got through, and I can imagine the conversation he had when one ship showed up. It's here, baby. It's here. The other ships are right behind it. Let's go.
Yeah. Just wait. It's coming. So let me ask this question, since we are talking about the music, and I've known Carrie and Josh for some time now. I think Carrie just a few years. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm curious, how did you guys meet and become part of the band?
I met Jeff years ago through a guy that I used to work with when I was, 16 years old. I worked for old Huderberg Chevrolet, and we got to talking about music one day, and I was like, yeah, I play a little bit. And he introduced me to Jeff, and it's been tight ever since.
Wow. And because of you, Carrie gets, I don't know, what does she do?
Make them look good.
She sings a lot of the backup vocals.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I saw this video and I didn't see Carrie in there, and I figured it out when the head started getting cut off. That's Carrie.
Yeah. No, they were actually practicing that song, and I was able to pull up my phone really quick and just turn on the video camera. And instead of just sitting here facing it directly at Jeff, so, he didn't feel like he was on the spot, I panned around so,
Oh,
you're able to see everybody.
I could tell you the professionalism in Jeff, because when you put the camera out and started, you could see him instantly turn away from you. So when an artist is camera shy, they turn away from the camera. It's a natural thing. It doesn't matter who it is; they just do it.
He can only do that now because he's wireless. Before, he kept turning in the same circle, and his cord was getting all coiled up. So now he can turn away with no problem.
Right.
Right. I had hell with that cord.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, it was tied up in knots.
Do you guys? I'm just curious about it, because with working so many different gigs for different artists and stuff. Do you? I've always hear the wonderful backline. We provide the backline, you provide the rest. Do you guys ever find yourself running into issues like cord issues and so forth during gigs?
During the show, not so much. It's different. Because our show, we're not like playing 4 hours anymore.
Right.
We're playing 2 hours. So, and 90% of the time we are wireless. The wireless mic that I'm using now is brand new to me, but most of the time my guitar is wireless. And even when my mic wasn't wireless, my mic was on a stand, so I never really messed with it.
Yeah. That makes sense. What do you? I'm gonna get you into another song in a little bit. I watch time. What do you guys plan for 2021 with getting back out on the road and performing more?
Well, right now, with it being brand new, we're just gonna have to see how this COVID thing goes, and
yeah,
it's all according to what everybody does with that.
Yeah,
but we're hoping to get out there and stay pretty busy. I mean, once or twice a month.
Well, here's a thing that I've seen happening, and of course, then you've got the tech person right there who could make it happen, or call somebody she might know that could help make it happen too. But I've seen a lot of artists that have been doing a lot of digital concerts, performing, making a whole video performance and so forth. Have you guys considered that?
I've thought about it. I've never done it before, so it'd be a first for me. Learning how to do it. It's
actually really easy. I could tell you guys, walk you through it, and you'd be amazed. You guys could right now, with technology the way it is, here's how easy it is. Currently, with this program, we're streaming in 3 different locations. The video portion, we're streaming on YouTube and 2 different pages on Facebook. Okay. Now, if people are doing shares, saying, check this out, watch parties and so forth, obviously that stupid number over there doesn't help us any because it just tells us that. But then again, like I said, it's got multiple platforms of streaming to. And we're also broadcasting live on the radio station. So it's not just there, that's going worldwide. So you see, the little things like that, they actually make a big difference. But what I've seen is these guys who are doing it, they don't care about all that. What they do is like Carrie did that one day with her camera, because that's most of the way people get their videos on YouTube now. It's somebody with camera, hey, check out this band, and then it gets put on their page. And that's what they've been doing. So you could literally take a good webcam with a computer and a good sound setup and just put it in the right spot and then just give them a show, and stream it on YouTube or just stream it on Facebook, and that's all you have to do.
Right.
And then they can share the link. One of the coolest features that I've seen recently that Facebook has done that helps musical artists like yourself is they've allowed what's called a watch party. And they invite all these people to the watch party, and then all of a sudden you've got all these people checking out your show.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's possible. There's many other ways you could do, like pay-per-view venues and stuff, to stream and so forth too. But it's just, something that they've had that's going on that makes it more fun to be. I wish where I could be and say be a musical artist too, because I watch all these guys and they give you the performance of like if they're right there on stage. So It's a blast.
With my deal, it would be just getting the sound correct.
Yeah, well, and it takes a couple times practice, and when we first did this, I mean, the very first night, I was like nervous as everything, and I don't know if I'm doing this right. And I still got guys that tell me, hey, you could do this and you could do that. I was like, yeah. I mean, and I've been doing cameras for churches and stuff over the years. We were filming for TBN and certain churches for TBN, and I enjoyed it. We had certain mixers that we could do. I've run soundboards for them and stuff. So I mean, that's my side of it. I could do that, but it's not the same because, like I said, you guys put on a performance. You give people everything in your music versus the guy behind the show. Ain't nobody know him. He's hidden anyways. That's why he's behind the camera.
Right.
Yeah. We shave for a reason because we don't want to be looking like the Muppet on the show and stuff. No, not you, me. I was in a grocery store the other day and I had my mask. I had to pull it down for a second because the lady couldn't hear me through the mask, and I said, I'm sorry, real quick. I popped it down and I said it and then put it back up, and I heard this little girl tell her mommy, look, it's Sesame Street. It's like referring to me. So yeah, I shaved down a lot more. So I think I look like Elmo. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I want to give you a chance to play some more music. We want to hear you do it. So if you're into it, give them another song.
Okay. Let me see here. Play a guitar on the west side on a Friday night. Wife's home with the kids again, and she's looking for a fight. Singing songs and picking tunes, looking for a sound. Just can't seem to lay that whiskey down. Seems like a lifetime since I got my first guitar. One thing led to another, and it led me to this bar. Long days and longer nights run me in the ground. No, I just can't seem to lay that whiskey down. Now I have one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready, and I'll have four to go. Yes, I've forgotten all the pleasures I have found. I just can't seem to lay that whiskey down. Last set is over, night comes to an end. Come on back tomorrow night and we'll do it all again. Last call for alcohol. Somebody bought another round. No, I just can't seem to lay that whiskey down. Now that one for the money, two for the show, three at the ready, now how four to go. Guess I've forgotten all the pleasures I have found. Can't seem to lay that whiskey down. No, I can't seem to lay that whiskey down. No, I can't seem to lay that whiskey down.
Awesome. There you go. Yay. Oh, I need a one of those crowd cheer tracks in the background.
Well, you should have said something. I got one.
Oh. I actually used to have a bunch of little tracks that you can do that. I still have one hidden that everybody used to laugh at because I would do it and they'd come out and everybody would be like, I heard it. Right. It was my way of letting them know I was actually doing music mixes and stuff. So if for some reason in the middle of everything you hear Pikachu, then you know it's
Right.
Heard that many times.
Yes, you have. I have to ask this question, and I don't want to bring up another artist because this is all about you, but one artist has this song called, I think it's My Budweiser is an Angel. And I notice you sing that, I just can't put this whiskey down. I notice a lot of songs in the country tend to lean towards the alcohol every now and then. Is that just easier to add in, or?
It gets the crowd into it.
Yeah. See,
they'll hold up their drinks and they'll start clapping because they're drinking, they're partying, they're having a great time. And not all country songs are about women leaving and their dogs dying, their trucks running over them and stuff like that. They're just
right. We usually just play those.
It's a feel-good song.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about those other songs, we usually just play those in reverse and get them all back. So.
Right.
We're also in Texas. So there's not that much more to do.
Well, I don't know about I mean, come on, Texas. Okay, let me rephrase it. Texas
starts with "Hold my beer and watch this."
No, that's usually Josh's first comments before. "Hold my beer. Now watch this." Right. So. No, the reason I ask is because it always seems like a great addition. Like I think of the George Strait song when he, the chair. Mm-hmm. If you pay attention to the words in there, alcohol is talked about a couple of times, which is pretty fun, but it's not, I'm not against it. I'm not saying, oh, this is bad, you shouldn't do. No, what actually I enjoy about it is it seems like you said, it brings the crowd more into it. Mm-hmm. It makes them more enthusiastic for the song, or, oh, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. I got my drink ready. Yeah.
And that's the thing when they hear the beginning of a song that, like Drunken here, they have no clue because it starts out with me, just my vocals, but immediately it makes them run to the bar and get a drink because they want to be able to hold up their drink and show everybody, hey, we're partying, we're having a good time. And, that's what when you're playing in a bar, that's what the bar people, the owners, want to see. They want to see people having a good time, holding up their drinks, buying more drinks, just having a good time and dancing and cutting up.
Now, I noticed earlier you mentioned getting some lyrics written. Do you write any of your own lyrics? No. Okay.
No, I'm not that guy. I can get a song that's sent to me and I can change some lyrics up to make it into a little easier to sing, but I'm not a songwriter.
See, this is where you go. We want to have some fun. You go back in history. Who was the number one cover artist that became famous for being a cover artist?
For being a cover artist?
Yeah. Never wrote any of his songs. He took everyone else's songs.
Oh, George.
Nope. Elvis
No?
Presley.
Oh.
Yeah, that one shocks a lot of people. Elvis was nothing but a cover artist. If you pay attention, great movie, Walk the Line.
Johnny
In
Cash.
there, yeah, Johnny Cash. And in there, you actually hear them talking about the guy who wrote the song Blue Suede Shoes, and he actually wrote quite a few other songs that and performed them that Elvis used. It's the eye. That's it. It's the evil eye. Oh. On the next Paranormal, we'll be investigating a bar.
Oh, you'd have fun in that one.
I bet we would. If I told a couple other folks, yeah, we'd have a blast with that.
It's always something here. Always something going on.
You know, the first thing I would be checking, though, if you mention, of course, it's a that particular light, I'd be checking the ballast. That would be the first place I'd be going to, because I mean, typically in electrical situations, you have to check, you have to know the lighting and stuff. That's why when I first asked, is it an LED, and I was going to tell you right away, it's overheating. You know, because I've had a couple of LEDs do that to me. I was like, come on. And I use LEDs for lighting, period. You know, I changed out my lighting. So like my light over here is LED, that one over there is LED, and you can see how bright they are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
it's not the ballast in the ceiling, it's the ballast stone.
It could be the stone. It could be the stone. Yes.
There's a story behind that.
Uh-oh. Go for it.
Well, I kind of dabble a little bit in the paranormal investigation stuff, so I have the equipment. And one night we were sitting in here, and I was asking questions. And in one of my recordings, I asked, "What are you attached to?" And it said, "Stone." "What is your name?" Or, "How old are you?" And it said 300. And I said, "What is your name?" "Olivia." So it's attached to my ballast stone.
It would make you want to check your thank you, Ken. Yeah, check the manifest for those ships. I'm sorry, our blues artist actually came through and answered, and yes, Carl Perkins is the name of the artist that Elvis sang, and he had actually answered it. I was just off the chip portion. Sorry,
Right.
Kim. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. I would check the manifest and see if there was an Olivia involved with that. That would be pretty cool to find out.
Right.
Yeah, that gosh, man, that is some history that I love. History. That's where I would thrive right there. Everybody's, why do you do paranormal?
When I was a child, I saw Indiana Jones, and it just ruined my whole life.
Yeah, it didn't ruin mine. I had more fun watching it because I was like, oh, look at that face melt.
All about the history.
Yeah. Oh, well, their history is not all that great, but yeah, you know, it's okay. You know, there is some truth behind it, though, because Hitler did believe that he could find certain treasures and that would gain him an advantage over stuff, but which is the truth they tried to use of it. The bad part of it is they use biblical stuff to try to say that's how that works. But the truth of the matter is you couldn't touch the Ark of the Covenant. Even the Bible itself says it can't be touched. So it's like, yeah, you messed that one up. So, what can I say?
Well, when you're a kid, you're like, oh,
Yeah. Oh man, no, Ghostbusters was still is. I even like the newer one. Everybody's like, why? Because they actually gave real history in that movie. So and they're like, what? And so no, actually and I can't think of her name, the lady that worked in the subway, she was giving real history in New York. She was actually telling you real stuff. You could look it up. You can, Spirit Destiny, Ken, that's a good one. Yeah, that one was in one of the Dust to Dawn movies. Yeah, that one kind of hurt.
it was a little off.
Yeah, big time. What was it? See, there was another one. God, I can't think of it. It was a vampire movie, and they gave a great explanation why vampires were not so great with silver and why the cross. And the answer behind it was using Judas as part of the reason that was possible. And Judas was paid 30 pieces of silver.
Right.
And the cross representing the crucifixion of Christ, his betrayal. So, I mean, like the story they put in there, oh my God, it was like, whoa, that's fantastic. It was like, that's a great twist, but sorry, I get excited about certain.
Oh, you're fine.
It's just like squirrel.
I do the same thing. Anything that has to do with history or shipwrecks.
Yes.
I go the same way.
I love good bit of history. Well, Carrie got to see it once, the Manger Hotel here in San Antonio. And they actually have a picture of a lady that is somehow related to us. Her name is Carrie. Can you remember the rest of it?
Little.
Nations. Carrie Nations. There you go. I'm not a name person. As you've learned during the show, he cannot remember anyone's name. How does he remember mine? It's written right there.
Carrie Nations was a temperance leader.
Yeah. Which, if you didn't know anything, you thought that they were referring to, she's one of the haunted people in this hotel, as they show her with a picture and a hatchet. And I'm thinking, oh, heck no. If somebody came into my room with a hatchet, I'm gone. He didn't even Nope. Yeah. Anyway.
Same way.
So you guys have some great music going on. You've got some sessions that are going to probably be recorded a little bit more often, because I just got this itchy feeling that's what Carrie's going to be doing. So we want to make sure we put up one more time the YouTube channel. That's the actual link from the channel for those that don't see it. But what we're going to do is we'll also put it in the comments or below in the YouTube page, so people can just click it and go straight to your page as well. The Reverb Nation page, for those who want to go check that out, it's really simple. Just go to reverbnation.com, Jeff Burns, and you can get all his music there. Easy place. And if you want to buy the music, please do that. That's how you support our wonderful independent artists. And you can just simply go to any place that music's sold online and purchase it right there. Now, here's a crazy fact. I have to ask this question because I wonder about it too. Like, as an author, I write stories and stuff. And so when I publish, I was told the best way to get my books sold was being, digital. So if they buy a Kindle version, you actually make more money. Right. Out of curiosity, do you make more on a digital or on an actual CD?
Digital.
Yeah. So then this is why we want to keep promoting the digital purchase.
Right. Because CDs they're kind of going out. Nobody's using them much anymore.
That's true. Well, I say that, but then I've got here, I'll give you an idea. This is just a couple. I just grabbed a quick handful of submissions that come in regularly. So, and one of my favorite interviews back in the past, you might know her from Tennessee, Jessica Ray.
It sounds very familiar.
I'll give you the name of the most famous song, 24 Hour Church in Memphis. 24-hour church in Memphis. Really? Oh, okay. That's it. We're gonna give you a clip of that real quick so you can hear it. As soon as you hear it, you'll recognize it because she wasn't all that big. And here's the funny part: she's out of Chicago.
Shania Twain was out of Canada, and so was Terry Clark. So they're everywhere.
Yeah, it's well. Please, whatever you do, don't.
Here's your reminder.
Alexa, cancel. Last I needed was her. So that's a little quick clip of it. I know he's like, huh? The ghosts are coming out. Anyway, no, she just. It's okay. You've got your little bumps and sounds, and I get this wonderful Alexa box who decides to talk in the middle of a show. Yeah. All right. Well, Jeff, I got to thank you, Carrie, Josh. It was awesome having you guys on. Everyone, make sure you go check out. Well, I got to get used to the camera. It's still. Everyone go check out Jeff's music and the YouTube page so you can see them perform, and hopefully we'll get a chance to have your music on the station so it can be played regularly along with everyone else.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
And it was my pleasure. We had a great time. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And we thank everyone that's listening, and we'll see you guys next time with some more great guests coming up very soon.